Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We got a game key for a game called Cleared Hot. The game dev said it to me. I said yes. I don't review every single game that is sent to me, but I said yes to this one because it specifically reminds me of the old helicopter games that you could play in the Army Men helicopter games. And I was very, very excited because I used to love the Army Men helicopter games. So we wanted to try this out. Unfortunately, I just clicked to skip the tutorial, so hopefully I can figure this out. But it so far plays exactly like the old Army Men game that I used to love. So I'm loving that. I like the destruction. I like the. See if we can winch a. Can we winch a little dude? We can winch a little dude. Give him a little toss.
There you go, make a mark.
Okay. Digging that. Let's see, how do I change weapons so I'm not wasting all my missiles? I don't know. Well, we'll figure this out. Anyways, this is like the old Army Men game, so I was really excited for this. So let's grab a random shipping crate and see what happens when we toss that at people. It works. It ragdolls them. They get scared. Okay. I dig that. So yeah, we're gonna play some Cleared Hot today. We're gonna get ready for the holiday because the holiday season is coming up, of course, right upon us. And as always, we can talk about any and everything today. So welcome in, everyone. We are going to make it a good day, hopefully. Let's grab that. All right. Okay, mission done. Look at that. We are now certified expert helicopters, even though I don't know how to change my weapon. You know, who needs machine guns and things like that? Speaking of machine guns, did y'all see the Helldivers 2 announcement yesterday that we're getting miniguns? Very, very hyped for the minigun and the chainsaw sword. Two of my favorite things in one package. I am very, very hyped for that. Okay, so I'm officially out of ammo, so we're either going to need to learn... Oh, we can just pick it up. I was going to say we're going to have to learn how to use our machine gun, or we'll just pick up some more. What is that? Is that like an artillery? I love that we can pick things up, and then we can just fling it at stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you have to hold down the machine gun button. Okay, I was just dumb. I just had a case of the dumb. That was the problem there.
Confirmed on both towers. Skyhook, return to base.
Roger, on my way.
All right.
Mondo, where are you, bud?
Skyhook, return to base.
Sir, sounds like Mondo.
We're ignoring commands to rescue our friend. It's like an action movie.
Travis.
I very much like the graphics so far. I love the way that the guys freak out when you shoot a missile. Reminds me so much of like playing the old school
Approaching.
What?
Get out of there.
what is that game called? Oh, it's gonna come to me. Metal Slug. It reminds me of the old school Metal Slug games a whole lot. Where you, where like when you use a big weapon on someone, all the guys freak out and run away. I really like that. I really miss the old, I really miss the old Metal Slug games.
Tommy, Travis.
Just casually winning a helicopter in a,
The thing is, I'm a little
in a contest, you know, no big deal. Everyone enters contests to win helicopters, of course.
I'll work it off. Got any, odd job?
Or was that an eBay?
Okay, give me an honest day's work and the bird's yours. You do actually remember how to fly this thing, yeah?
Sure. Just like riding a bike.
All right, off we go. Ooh, this thing's a little bit more wiry than the other one we were just flying in. This gets a little faster.
You serious?
Hell yeah. I hate chasing them little cluckers around. Maybe you use that rope gently. Don't
Okay, so the different helicopters handled different ways. I dig that. I dig that. In the Army Men game, you used to have to grab, you'd have to, like, pick up apples. You'd pick up the apples and you'd go whoosh in a circle, and then you'd fling the apple at it and it would crush all the Army Men and, like, the ants that you had to fight and things like that. And I would say we need a modern remake of that game, because I really did love that game, and I think we're just about there with this. Alright, so we can go higher or lower. So we can fly really low if we want to. So we need to pick up the chickens and take them to the chicken coop. Something tells me this would not work in real life. Alright, go home, chicken. I'm pretty sure hitting a chicken with a wench in real life is not advisable. So did I take damage if I just run into things? Like if I run into these trees? No. Okay. What about the house? Yeah, okay. House hurts me. I'm like Spider-Man with this thing, just zooming around, grabbing people with it. The chickens also fly if you throw them, so you gotta use the up and down mechanic a little bit here. Alright, all the chickens are sort of safe, except for the one who escaped. There we go. We're problem solving.
They're in.
Great, how they do.
They didn't love it.
They'll get over it. Okay, now I need you to move that leaky gas tank out of the yard before it kills somebody.
Move it where?
I don't know, just tossing that junk.
Okay.
Just like the good old days, huh? Maybe actually
You can blow things up, so you got to be very careful about picking up fuel tanks and destroying them.
These are fully loaded.
He should have said be careful before I started the mission. And apparently it's too heavy and I can't lift this all the way. So we got to be very
Damn it, Travis.
careful.
Careful. All right, grab another track.
We are not being very careful. We are failing at being careful. All right. Gentle. That's not gentle. Gentle. We're doing it. We're doing it. We did it.
All right, done.
Hey, thanks, Travis. That's great. Hey, you mind heading back this way? A couple of them Canyon boys sniffing around the yard don't feel right.
Sure, I'll see if I can scare them off.
All right. Do these hurt us? They do. Okay. We learned crashing into things in a helicopter is bad. So realistic.
Oh, hell, they just took off in my truck. They're heading toward town.
I'm on them.
I got him. I just flung the guys right out of the thing. I don't think that's legal or safe, but okay. You know, we'll live with that. We'll live with the consequences of our actions.
Woo, you really gave me a ride.
Not gonna lie, that was kind of fun.
Chopper's yours, you earned it. Guess you could just haul your truck back with you.
That was... I don't think that was $30,000 worth of work. Not gonna lie. Picking up a truck, picking up a gas tank, and catching 4 chickens, I don't think feels like $30,000 worth of work, but okay. I really hope people talk about this and dream about this, like drones becoming a reality. How cool would it be to have drones that are actually flyable like this, where you just pick up your car and fly to where you're going as the crow flies and cut out traffic and all the middlemen, and like in theory it sounds great, but in reality, I mean, we barely trust people to drive as it is, let alone flying in a drone. Like I don't see any way that I would ever trust random people to fly an actual drone like a car and not crash into things and destroy, you know, critical infrastructure, go careening into the ground. I love the idea of replacing all of our cars with drones. I just don't see a way for it to ever actually happen with the way, you know, people in society are. So I guess it's fun to dream, but that's about it.
Heading over. What's up?
I think you pissed off them canyon boys.
I would also love. I've seen Walmart is testing out a pilot program where they're using drones in big cities and they deliver your Walmart Plus goods via drones. Like, not gonna lie, I think I would love that job. I don't want to work for Walmart. I don't want to work for Walmart at all. But if my job all day long was just piloting drones,
Okay, I'm here.
I would
Where's the
absolutely
problem?
love that.
All right. You stay where you're at. I got this.
Alright, so we have to eliminate enemy waves. We can pick up enemies, we can ram them with objects, we can throw explosives, or discover this one on your own with a with a crude stick figure of chasing the guy. I guess it wants us to run the people over. Let's go discover that one. Let's see what happens.
That's a lot of gunfire.
Okay, yeah, we chopped that dude up good. Okay, so that is
Go for a ride.
secret discovered. That is gruesome that we can drag this person through his friends and into rocks. It's cruel, but it's kind of fun, not gonna lie.
Down you go. That'll teach you to mess with our trash. That was...
I should feel bad about that, but I don't. But I don't. Alright, where's the second wave of enemies? I want to throw more people. There they are. The rocks are too big to pick up, so we're going to have to use something else.
Gotcha.
Ooh, ATVs. So if we grab that, that should be a little bit more... That should be a little bit more dangerous for splattering people.
All right, I think that's all of them this time. Action note, there's a bunch more.
I'm pretty sure the guy who hired me for this job is going to jail. Hiring someone to squish people with an ATV in a helicopter has to violate some sort of a massive amount of federal laws, I would guess. You know, I'm not a lawyer, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure this would be massively federally illegal, you know?
Okay, that has to be all.
But at least it's fun, right? It can't be illegal if it's fun. Again, I am not a lawyer.
Sure as hell don't, but I got something that help.
Who the hell? And how'd you get this?
Y'all want to do pleasantries or save your asses? Asses, please. Travis, I marked a spot on your map. Get over here quick.
Hey, you know my name.
You want ammo or not?
I
Everybody
like-
wants ammo.
All right.
I like the cutscene so far too. No lie, it's cheesy, but it's that good kind of cheesy where like you know what you're getting yourself
All right,
into. It's
scoot
the
up.
over the top
This round's on the
ridiculous.
house.
Why you helping us?
I've been watching you. See some potential, assuming you survive this situation.
See some potential. I'm a psychopath who is squishing people with an ATV. I'm not sure what potential you see in me, but that's a red flag if I've ever seen one.
Now that's a civilized way to do it.
All these trucks are reminding me of. Do you remember that big
Oh, I just paid off my loan on that one.
lawsuit that happened where that guy sold his truck to a car dealership, and then they sold that truck to like Al Qaeda, and then pictures of his business was showing up randomly in videos of Al Qaeda? Like, y'all remember that? That was such an outrageous news story. That's what these trucks remind me of.
That'll teach you to stay in the canyon, shitbags.
Holy shit, that was... Boy, I can't believe you.
Not bad, Travis.
I can't believe they're all celebrating. I just murdered like 50 people. I'm not sure that's something worth celebrating.
Y'all call them the Canyon Boys. They call themselves the Western Republic. Seems a little grandiose for these fellas, but they are getting ambitious. Just took over an oil field. They're holding their geologists hostage there.
Also, let me make sure my mic's working here. No one said anything in 15 minutes, so gotta make sure y'all are actually present. Also, let me make... Okay, yep, y'all are here. Okay.
Now we're talking. Rules of engagement?
Have at 'em. You're cleared hot.
Cleared by who exactly?
By me.
And you're what? FBI?
I think that's a good question to ask. You know, when some guy you've never met before calls you on the phone and says, "Hey, I've given you a helicopter with unlimited ammo, and you're cleared hot for all rules of engagement," I have a feeling that you would you'd want to know who exactly is giving you these orders, because it feels like maybe they don't have the actual authority to give you the all clear on this one, you know? That definitely feels like a setup to get life in prison or, like, executed by the state. So I feel like maybe we should have asked some more questions before we agreed to this, but, you know, sometimes a man's gotta eat. Who am I to say that random mystery guy giving me a machine gun doesn't have the authority to properly do this? Alright, so now we need to rescue some people. Let's see if we can. Faustina, good morning. How's it going? How are you doing today? And are you ready for the holiday?
All aboard!
All right, Dan. Load up and take him back to the drop point.
Roger that, Desert.
I'm pretty sure a helicopter can't fit this many people on it, especially this small of a helicopter, but okay. Am I just starting? Sort of. I started at 5 a.m. this morning. It's just kind of been a slow and quiet morning so far. Nothing too
Y'all stay
grandiose.
safe now.
Nice work, Travis. Now go get the others.
On it.
I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 a.m. Pacific time. But tomorrow we'll also be doing a special stream for the holidays. So we've got that coming up as well if you're interested in that. Though I don't anticipate too many people joining on that one because, you know, it's the holiday. I assume most people are going to be either sleeping in or they're going to be prepping for, like, the Macy's Day Parade and all that sort of thing. So I'm not anticipating a whole lot of people joining tomorrow morning. But, you know, I do this just for pure love of the game. Feel bad for me. You know, there are days where I feel bad for myself too, where I'm sitting here streaming to no one or that sort of thing, but I try so hard to remember that you know, I started doing this for love of it rather than for money, so that's how the cards fall sometimes. Alright, joke, knock knock. Alright, who's there? Well, we'll try the joke. Bill. Bill who?
Come on up here, troublemaker.
Those things shred me really hard. Good to know.
That ain't good.
Oh,
Back, baby.
we just barely survived. I have a feeling this joke's not going to be very family friendly based on what you're saying. I'd say we try and keep a family-friendly vibe, but the secret's already out that there's not many people here, so I suppose it doesn't matter all that much. But, you know, I try and keep the vibes pristine. Sometimes people join on the rare chance. Is anime friendly? We could talk about anime. I like anime. There's some anime that that I don't enjoy. I am the biggest One Piece hater you'll ever meet, and people tend to dislike that about me when I talk about my extreme dislike for One Piece, but
We'll get you out of here, buddy.
I stand by it. Are cartoons friendly? Again, it depends on the cartoon. There's definitely some not friendly cartoons out there, and it amazes me that we still that there are still parents out there who are like, oh, every cartoon is for kids. So even though this quote cartoon is rated R in the movie theater, I'm going to drop my 7-year-old to go watch it. It is shocking to me that still happens today. Like, our movie theater had a huge warning on it for the new, what do you call it? What was that movie called? The anime one that just came out that was super popular. Demon Slayer. When Demon Slayer came out, they had to have all these warnings over everything, like telling parents, hey, just because this is, quote, a cartoon doesn't mean that it is made for your kids. It is rated R. Adventure Time. You know, I know it's also an unpopular opinion. I kind of feel like Adventure Time is a little overrated. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but I think that it gets a little overhyped. Just like Teen Titans Go, I feel like Teen Titans Go gets overhated. Like, it's not great, and they definitely desecrated something that was good, but I also feel like it gets overhated. There are certainly worse cartoons out there than Teen Titan Go, like Uncle Grandpa, for example, or Chowder, or Flapjack. I would take Teen Titan Go any day over any of those.
Woo, be like a new man. You're gonna be incinerated.
I'm trying to think of any, like SpongeBob. SpongeBob has run its course. We were just talking about this, right? That SpongeBob has run its course. I think that SpongeBob hasn't been good in probably 10 years, so...
Boom, done.
Okay, that just slow him down.
In the shadows there will be a... Is that an Adventure Time quote? I haven't finished Adventure Time. I usually get about 2 seasons in before I get bored of it. Can I look at all the helicopters I can buy? A Skywolf, a Huey, Cobra, a Hind. That's, for all you Metal Gear Solid fans, a Hind. Classic. Blackhawk, Apache, and Chinook. Okay, we got a good selection of stuff there. Let's look at our upgrade. We got light guns, heavy guns, missiles. Okay, a lot of choices, a lot of upgrades.
Sheriff, ma'am. Look, okay, they started it, so, you know, I think I have a right
It ain't like that, not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I would think the police would be involved after, you know, firing rockets at an oil field in the middle of, I assume, Texas or Arizona?
Said you give us an escort.
I can do that. What's the pay like?
It's like me not looking into this flying vigilante I keep hearing about.
That'll do.
All right, Travis. Keep my
Do I
eye
play
out.
Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, Fall Guys, or Crash Royale? Surprisingly, no. I don't play any of those, really. I do every now and then play Minecraft, but mostly just solo. I refuse to touch Roblox after the whole controversy they have. I did play Fall Guys, but, you know, gonna be honest, Fall Guys kind of fell off really fast, really hard. And I have no idea what Crash Royale is. I mostly stream to old people, you know, so I play old people games. So I try to avoid, my audience is not usually composed of the younger crowd, so I don't usually play the games that attract the younger crowd. Although, speaking of Minecraft, I've heard a lot about, was it Hytale? Hytale's, like, coming back. They just got, like, the rights to their game back, so we might have a good new Minecraft-esque game.
You really kicked that hornet's nest.
We need a new Splinter Cell game, but not a woke mess. Okay, if you haven't seen it, Splinter Cell got a Netflix show, and I haven't finished it, but I've watched the first like 3 or 4 episodes, and I'm kind of impressed with it. So I think with the new Splinter Cell show out, I think Splinter Cell's going to get a revival. I think we've got a new Splinter Cell game on the way, and the show is kind of them testing the waters to see if people still care about Splinter Cell. So I think you're going to get the Splinter Cell stuff that you want here soon. Is grooming a girl boss character? You know, I don't want to just hate on it, because like I understand you can only do so much with Sam Fisher, right? Like Sam Fisher's been in a bunch of games. I understand wanting to retire him and make a new character, but I was actually just listening to a video essay yesterday about how a lot of companies are afraid to take risks, and everything is all My Little Pony, Kumbaya, hold hands. Everyone's friendly, everyone's working together, there's no racism, there's no conflict sort of thing. And that does frustrate me about modern day writing. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of stories that are afraid to stir up controversy. And I definitely wish that was not the case. It's frustrating when art has to be censored for the sake of being consumable by the masses, because that's like inherently not art. However, if that's the story that they wanted to tell, who am I to tell the artists that they can't tell the story that they want to tell, right? Like, are we just carrying these guys over the bridge?
Look out. Stop the truck.
Shit, it's an ambush.
Maybe we should turn around.
No, we ain't letting them off the hook now. You're gonna have to haul us across.
All right, stand by.
Yeah. Let's get rid of their van, too. This is for shooting me. Your van's going in the ocean. We're just gonna... Minor littering right here.
Okay, hope y'all are strapped in tight.
Just easy, okay? I get a little motion sick.
I'll do my best.
Alright, that's one. And the other one. Like, World of Warcraft is, like, the best example of that, where, like, the story used to be gritty and about war and racism and survival, and now every one of the stories seems to be the same thing over and over and over again. Of, like, oh no, we need to come together and forget about our differences to fight the evil from another world, but don't worry, it's a pure evil. It's black and white evil. They can literally have him train new Splinter Cell agents, do a soft reboot, story focused on when he was younger. Wasn't the first game based on him being younger? I seem to recall the first Splinter Cells, he was only like 25 or something. Maybe I'm wrong on that. It's been a long while since I've played the original Splinter Cell. It definitely has been a little bit of time. Oh, I have a dodge button. That would have been good to know. He was in his 40s? Really? In the old Splinter Cells, he was already in his 40s? Wow, okay, yeah. I would not mind young Sam Fisher. But here's the thing. If they remade Splinter Cell today, you absolutely know that they're gonna grab onto like oh, it's going to be an open world action adventure game, right? Like, because everything has to be open world now. And then they're going to tack on a multiplayer mode that's going to be like, oh, don't forget to do the battle pass. You've got to make sure that you're doing your daily quests to go do X, Y, and Z, because that's every game now, right? So you know that they're going to tack on a really boring multiplayer mode, a battle pass, and open worldness to it. There's just no avoiding it. So that is why we would be afraid of a new Splinter Cell game, because I don't think executives necessarily know what made Splinter Cell good, and that's what you would get out of it. Spies vs. Mercs was amazing. You know what multiplayer I surprisingly loved, that I thought was amazing, was The Last of Us. The first Last of Us had a really fun multiplayer that was like a slow-paced tactical shooter, but also like you had to be concerned. It wasn't just about taking other players out, but depending on how you did was how much food and medicine you brought back to your base, which meant how many people survived between each round. So it was like base management based on how well you were doing in each game, and I thought that was an absolute blast. That was, I would love another multiplayer like that. Surprisingly, you wouldn't think The Last of Us would have good multiplayer, but The Last of Us really did have a shockingly deep and good multiplayer mechanic. So I would love more of that. Are my guys stuck over here, or? Drive. Also, tonight... Are you busted or something? Why? We're gonna go see the new Zootopia tonight. Kinda excited to see that. The first Zootopia was pretty good, so excited to see what they do with the second one. But a lot of Disney movies haven't been, exceptionally great lately, so I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess you would call it.
That's a double for me tonight. That's super.
Alright. Oh. Grabbed the wrong guy. Well, just casually toss a body, no big deal. The Game Award's going to bring some new reveals soon. I have not been following the Game award stuff at all, but I'm guessing, did Claire Obscure sweep everything? To be honest, I know it's going to be super unpopular, but I'm known for my unpopular opinions. I feel like Expedition 33 was the only game on that list this year that even deserved to be there.
I'm going.
So, I've never really cared too much about the Game Awards, but I kind of feel like it was a little lacking this year, even more so than usual. Yeah, no doubt. Expedition 33 is going to win, and it deserves to win. That was a great game. But I don't really think Silksong belonged on that list. Or DK Bonanza. DK Bonanza did not deserve that list at all.
Thanks, Travis.
I'll take it.
I think you're wearing them down, Travis. Now's our chance to smother this shitbag revolution in its cradle. The Western Republic base is deep in what they call Freedom Canyon.
I'm trying to think of what's coming out next year. I felt like this year was stacked for games. There were so many good games that came out this year. But I feel like as we're kind of winding down, I'm trying to think of what's coming out in the future that I'm really hyped for. And it's been a little while since I've been super hyped for a game. Expedition 33 came out of nowhere. I had no time. I would have been hyped for it if I knew that it was coming out here soon, but I hadn't heard of it all. It just kind of came out of nowhere and swept. But I'm trying to think of Slay the Spire 2 might be the next game that I'm actually excited for.
Where the hell they get missiles?
I don't know. This may be a little rougher than expected.
The Witcher 4. The Witcher 4, definitely there's some hype for that, but one, I need to go back and play The Witcher 3 and actually finish the DLC, because I've heard the DLC for The Witcher is unlike anything else. But also, like, what we saw of The Witcher 4 was like a teaser trailer concept art, right? Like, The Witcher 4 is still many, many, many years away, right? We're not going to get The Witcher 4 next year. We're not going to get Grand Theft Auto 4 next year, or Grand Theft Auto 6 next year either. Mark my words, it is going to get delayed again. And I stand by unpopular opinion. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the disappointment of the year. I think people are way overhyping Grand Theft Auto 6, and I think there's no way that it's going to live up to that hype. I think a lot of people are going to find themselves disappointed with Grand Theft Auto 6. Really? It's coming out in November? No, because that's when Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposedly coming out, right? There's no way, no game company is going to want to compete with Grand Theft Auto, right? Like, we've already had multiple game companies moving their launch dates around because of the threat of Grand Theft Auto coming out. So there's no way it's actually launching in November. They're going to change that. There's just no way.
Oh, these are great.
Ooh, that missile launch is a little spicy. He's got some good aim. Way too good of aim, honestly.
Come to Papa.
Let's go back and grab some health. Yeah, GTA is next year in November, but I don't think it's going to come out in November. I think it's going to get delayed again. I'm pretty confident in it getting delayed again. Which I'm okay with. I'm still debating if I'm even going to play it, to be honest. Because like I said, I don't think it's going to be very good. And I just don't know if I want to spend the money on the company Rockstar. Rockstar used to be like this pinnacle of the gaming company, but lately there's all like the controversy about union busting. There's all the stuff they're putting in the game that I disagree with. So I don't know if I'm going to play the new Grand Theft Auto. I know I'll probably be the only person in the world not playing it, but
You're almost there. Now take cover in that cove just ahead and wait for sunset.
Sweet. I could use a little nap.
ooh, do we get a night mission? It's gonna be Game of the Year. Yeah, well, actually, if it comes out in November, it will be too late to be eligible for the Game of the Year awards, right? Like, Game of the Year awards stop somewhere early in November, so there's
They got a jet, man.
there's a good chance that it will not be able to be eligible for Game of the Year because of that, right?
The job, all right?
All right.
Division 3. I'm kind of hyped for Division. I like the Division 2. I didn't play it a whole lot, but I liked the game. I'd be hyped for Division 3. They'll slide it in. I could definitely see them making an exception for Grand Theft Auto. It's not like the Game Awards are really a serious thing, right? Like, they're voted on by game journalists, and we all know that game journalists aren't exactly the most serious or good at their jobs anyways. So it's not like the end of the world if they let someone come in a little bit too late. A new Ghost Recon. You know, I surprisingly liked the open world formula of the last. I got stuck on this tower here. The last Ghost Recon, the Wildlands. I really like that. So if we get more of that, I'll take it. I'll gladly take that. Hideo Kojima's making a game. I will. Well, I was gonna say I'll play anything Hideo Kojima makes, but Death Stranding was a little much. But I'll try it. I don't know what Mudang Two Hearts is. I don't know that one. But I'm always excited to see what comes from the mind of Kojima.
All the armories. Nice work.
Where the hell did they find all these guys?
Same place you found that chopper.
eBay?
Good morning, Dex. You lost me at the Death Stranding comment. Look, I understand that people love the game. And I want people to be able to enjoy the game if they enjoy the game. But when I play the game, all it is slowly walking across a, granted, a very pretty landscape, but
That's the last turret. Nice work. The sky is yours.
it's just another boring walking simulator to me. I never got sucked into the story. I never got sucked into anything about it. It just felt like I was just slowly walking and walking and walking. Mudang Two Hearts is a Korean studio making a Splinter Cell game, but with Metal Gear Solid weird stuff. Okay. I'd also like another Metal Gear Solid, but without Kojima behind the wheel, I don't think we're gonna get anything good out of Metal Gear Solid ever again.
Stay cool. It ain't gonna go in that canyon.
What was that? Sense is going to be the next generation's Metal Gear Solid. They'll be remaking Metal Gear Solid 1 like Metal Gear Solid Delta. That? You please. Please give us that. I love Metal Gear Solid 1. I absolutely love Metal Gear Solid 1, so I'm all for that. Give us a Metal Gear Solid Delta style remake for number 1 and number 2. I will tell you though, they did already make a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake. They made a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake on the GameCube, of all things. And having the first-person shooting and a couple modern mechanics in Metal Gear Solid 1 completely, like, broke the game and made it so easy. So if they remake Metal Gear Solid 1 like Metal Gear Solid Delta, they're going to have to revamp some of like the gameplay and some of the mechanics. Otherwise, it's going to be way too easy with the first-person abilities, because that completely broke the game on the GameCube version. Delta's good. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta was amazing. I don't much care for the multiplayer mode. I thought I was going to love it, but I don't really like the multiplayer mode. But it was exactly what was promised. It was Metal Gear Solid 3 with modern graphics and updated controls. Like they did exactly as they promised. They did not over-deliver, they did not under-deliver. They gave us exactly what was promised, and I loved it. But then again, Metal Gear Solid 3 is also one of my favorite games of all time, so you know, I definitely understand that maybe I have some bias there. Katarina, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Every one of you here today, talking and commenting and all that, you're bringing me one step closer to a new washing machine. We finally got our first 1,000 views on our washing machine video, which gives us 1 penny. 1 penny towards our $600 washing machine replacement. So you know we're making schmoes. We're 1 penny closer. Metal Gear Online was more fun than the campaign. I just couldn't get into it. I'm not saying it was bad, just it wasn't for me. Then again, it also came out with Arc Raiders, and I've been loving Arc Raiders a whole lot, so maybe that's also contributing to it a little bit, in that I am playing a ton of Arc Raiders. Despite Arc Raiders not loving me, there's streamers out there literally streaming to 67,000 people watching Arc Raiders, but when I stream Arc Raiders, I get 3 people watching. Delta Metal Gear Online isn't what original was. Saint is going to be a great game. Kojima is going to come out swinging because it's a stealth action new IP. Yes, please.
Nope. I think they're...
Stop making Death Stranding and give us something new.
Alright.
I'm all for that.
Scientists, bring him back to the van. And if Klein's boys so much as spit in your direction, be ready to unload.
Always ready for that.
You know what else I feel like it's time for? Like, I know everyone's all about the battle royales now, but I made this prediction 2 years ago, and so far I've been proven wrong. I thought with the huge success of Helldivers that we would see like the Helldivers PvE extraction mission base. Like, I figured that was gonna be like the new hot genre. And I've yet to see too many clones of Helldivers come out. We need more Helldivers 2 clones, especially if Helldivers 2 and Arrowhead Studios, if they're not going to optimize the game or fix its broken, janky engine. I figured by now someone would have tried to capitalize on the success and made their own Helldivers 2 clone, but we haven't gotten that yet, and I'm so surprised we haven't gotten a Helldivers 2 clone yet.
I hate those things.
You have a bad run-in or something?
No, they just get terrible gas mileage.
That they do, Desert.
Microsoft is going to be the first to do it with a Halo spinoff. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? We even got the crossover with the Hell Jumpers from the ODST, so like they've already got the lore, they've got the characters. People love the Master Chief and all that, right? So they're already halfway there. So I don't see why they shouldn't. But the problem is, I don't think that's going to happen because it seems like Microsoft can't stop shooting themselves in the foot. Like, it does not seem like Microsoft can make a good decision lately to save their lives. Like, it just seems like they keep bungling everything. So, while to you and I that seems like a super obvious decision, it kind of feels like they can't make a good decision to save their life. Ninja Gaiden 4 was good. I would have no idea. I don't touch Ninja Gaiden. I am not of the get good enough variety to handle Ninja Gaiden games, so I don't even bother. I just don't even bother these days. I think there is a wisdom in accepting when we are not good enough to handle games and not wasting our money and time on it.
Houston, we got a problem.
Silksong was owned by Microsoft Studio. Yeah, and it wasn't very good. I know people hate to hear it. I don't think Silksong was a very good game. I know people were hyped for it and excited for it and all that, but like, I like I said, I don't even should have been on the Game of the Year awards. It just wasn't that good of a game, I don't think. But Dex was showing me yesterday that Microsoft is going to be releasing some Xbox Crocs. That I'm down for. I like the Xbox Crocs. Although when I got the Pokemon Crocs, they were of such poor quality that they broke within like 6 months. So if the Xbox Crocs are as bad as the Poke Crocs, I don't think I will be purchasing them. Because they just felt like a cash grab. Like they weren't actually good.
Oh, shit.
You were walking wrong.
Don't call it a comeback.
You can't blame the Crocs. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I was I do walk weird, and I am overweight, so maybe that is a part of it. Name of the game: this is a new game coming out. It is called Cleared Hot. It is a retro style helicopter game, kind of like the old Armyman helicopter games. The devs were kind enough to provide me with a key, so I did get the game for free, but I promise that is not influencing my decisions at all. You know, I am a very, very harsh game critic, and so far, I'm enjoying the game. It's exactly what I wanted out of helicopter shooter. You've got a lot of different options for different helicopters. You've got the option to pick things up with a winch. It's got some interesting music, some interesting background. Like, I am down for it. Yeah, like the PlayStation 1 games. It's like the old PlayStation 1 helicopter games that they don't really make anymore. It is a love letter to those. So if you enjoy those old helicopter style games, you will like this one. And so far, I am super enjoying it. Again, I did receive the game for free, but I did not receive any direction that I had to give it a good review or anything like that. So I am free to give it any review I want to. There's rumors floating around Sony is going to drop the Greek trilogy for God of War with updated graphics.
Whoa, those weren't Canyon boys. No, those are Clyde's troops.
I'm down for that.
Mercenaries. He's just using those Canyon.
I wasn't particularly fond of the original God of War games, but
Those scientists do.
I'm glad that they give us the option, right? Like, I just because I don't like a game doesn't mean I don't want people to be able to play it. So will I play that one? Probably not, but I'm glad they're doing it. These bazooka people are far too dangerous.
Hold on tight.
You know what game deserves a remake? I know this is like one of those popular opinions that floats around the internet every now and then, but you know how they're always remaking good games? They should remake some bad games and give them a fair shot. Like, did you ever play Too Human? Like, Too Human was an abysmal game, but the bones are there. Like, in theory, good morning, Bubble. In theory, Too Human had the potential to be a good game. We should get a Too Human remake. I feel like if someone took the time to give it the love it deserves, we could get a good Too Human. But I will never forgive Too Human when, I'm going to say Too Human a lot, when Too Human came out was the same time that Mass Effect came out, and I had to make a choice between getting Too Human or getting Mass Effect. And I got Too Human instead of Mass Effect, and I will never forgive them for that, because that was an absolutely horrible decision.
I'm back, y'all.
Absolutely horrible decision. I just got a PlayStation Pro, been playing since 2020 to get one. Did you have an original PlayStation 5 Pro? Or not Pro? Because, like, is there actually a difference? Because every time they do like the mid-year refresh in a Pro version, I feel like that there's not a big enough difference to actually make a difference, you know? Mercenaries, yes. I have a PlayStation 3, the Fat Boy edition, just to play old games, and I have Mercenaries 1 and 2. And they're really rough to play now because, like, the controls aren't there, the graphics are old, but the old Mercenary games were so much fun. I would absolutely love a Mercenaries remake. Yes, please. We need more games like Dead Space to go into cosmic horror. There is a Call of Cthulhu game that came out that's actually pretty decent. And Call of Cthulhu, of course, is like the OG of horror and all that. So if you haven't tried that one, try the Call of Cthulhu game. I want to see a Golden Axe remake. Didn't they do a Golden Axe remake? Wasn't it on like Xbox 360? I could have swore that we got a Golden Axe remake. You know what else we could use a good refresh of? Is Gauntlet. Gauntlet Legends, the arcade game. Gauntlet was always really good. We could use a modern Gauntlet. Sega teased it, but we got nothing.
Yeah, I got a hostile reception here. Canyon boys are back in Klein, all right?
I had a feeling you'd say that. All right, this compound.
I remember playing the Golden Axe thing. When I had my hernia surgery, I was laid up for like 6 weeks. I could only lay on the couch, and it sucked. So I played a lot of different games during that time. I'm pretty sure I played something Golden Axe-esque at least during that time. I can't say it was actually Golden Axe, but it was Golden Axe adjacent. They should do an Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, hell, they got some nasty armed Humvees.
Traumatize a whole new generation of kids
No, they just get terrible gas mileage.
with Echo.
That they do, Desert.
Shining Force. I don't know Shining Force. I know Brute Force. That game killed me. I'm fairly certain there was a lot of kids who were not prepared for the cosmic horror that was Echo the Dolphin. I'm fairly certain that a lot of kids got their first real taste of horror at that game. This game is surprisingly tough too. Like, it's got that arcade difficulty to it. Rage. We need a new Castlevania. I'll take a new Castlevania. I love, if you haven't seen it, the Castlevania Netflix series was really good, but only for seasons 1 and 2. It gets really iffy after that, but seasons 1 of 2 of the Netflix Castlevania are pretty awesome. Command and Conquer, I think the day and age of real-time strategy games is over. I don't think we'll ever see another Command and Conquer. I don't think we're ever going to see another RTS game come out. I think those days are gone. I don't think we're ever going to get another Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. I don't see it happening. RTSs are like boomer category, right? Like only old people want those, and kids don't want to play RTSs anymore. So I don't think we're going to ever get that. I play StarCraft 2 every night. I play StarCraft 2, but I'll be honest, I don't play StarCraft 2 to play the RTS version. I absolutely love it. I would love to see Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2 both have an amazing level editor. Like the whole reason that we have Fortnite, or not Fortnite, Dota, League of Legends. League of Legends and Dota both started in the Warcraft 3/StarCraft map editor, and like the anime hero fighter, and even like the tower defense genre. The tower defense genre exists because of Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2. So I would love if we got a modern, better map maker like that. I would love to see what people could come up with a good map editor. Like playing Dota 1 in Warcraft 3 is like one of my favorite games as a kid. Man, I am terrible at this. Can I restart? I miss the Warcraft 3 map editor. Playing like the Dragon Ball Z tribute was always so fun in Anime Arena, where they do like, what if Naruto had to fight Trigun, Vash the Stampede from Trigun, and things like that. You're just terrible. I am terrible at the game. That is an absolute fact. In my fairness, The game just came out, though, so everyone who's playing it is terrible at it because it's brand new.
Feeling you'd say that.
So, we're all in this together. We're all bad together. We're all bad down here. That's a quote from It, which is by far one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen in my life. We are certified Stephen King haters here. We do not like the Stephen King up in here.
No, those are Klein's troops. Trained
Mass Effect 3 endings are awful. Didn't they like remake the Mass Effect 3 endings because they were so bad?
I don't know, but I'll bet those scientists do. Keep bringing them in.
The game awards are going to drop some crazy reveals for next year. Hopefully. I want some new games to look forward to. Right now, the only game I'm looking forward to right now is World of Warcraft Midnight. That's the only game I can think of that's coming out next year that like I'm hyped for. So
That sounds handy.
I need some new games to be hyped for. I'm getting Nintendo Online and we're training. I just saw an announcement that Nintendo Online is getting the OG Battletoads. And I am hyped for that. I am hyped for the next generation. Like, everyone knows Battletoads is a tough game, right? It's been a meme forever and a half. It was a meme on Pawn Stars. Like, everyone knows that Battletoads is tough. But I know there's some kids out there who only know the memes and have never actually played Battletoads. And so I'm excited for the next generation to get to experience Battletoads for real, and get absolutely wrecked by the hyper tunnels. I am very hyped for that. I'm not supporting Nintendo anymore. The Switch 2 needs to step it up. I mean, Legends EA was a huge disappointment. Donkey Kong Bonanza, it wasn't bad, but like it wasn't great. It was basically Breath of the Wild with Donkey Kong. So I agree Nintendo needs to step it up. And how they need to step it up is by giving us a non-lazy Animal Crossing. Please, Nintendo, give us a good Animal Crossing game. I will be so happy if we get a good Animal Crossing game. Which I saw Hoyoverse is taking their hand at Animal Crossing. So the guys who made Genshin Impact are making a Animal Crossing style game. So that will be interesting to see.
Hey, call for a cab.
Alright, let's take these guys home, I guess. Wait, we need that help.
Not a moment.
Badoo, I just don't know the real name sometimes. I think that's his name. There's nothing there for anymore on the platform. Too much Mario stuff for me. I don't mind Mario, but like, I was watching a video the other day on how much people were talking about how great Mario Wonder was. And like, I'm not saying it was a bad game, but like, I don't know. Mario games just don't do it for me anymore. Maybe I personally outgrew it, but like, you buy a Mario game for $80, you beat it in 3 hours, and it's just jumping over things. Like, I just feel like Mario hasn't innovated in a while. I know Mario Wonder had like some new crazy wacky power-ups and things like that, but to me that's not innovation. Saying like, oh, what if Mario took a shroom and the pipes moved and the piranha plants sang? That's not innovation. That just seems like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks, you know? The original Xbox had a game called Kung Fu Chaos. Would be cool to see a remake of that. I don't think I know that one. Nintendo is stuck in the 90s. I could see that. I think it's a fair analysis of Nintendo. They got to port more games over. I mean, the Nintendo, we've talked about this a million times. Nintendo has a license to print money, right? They could just port over all the original Pokemon, put like the first 6 or 8 games on the Switch 2, and they would be set for life. Like, they would never have to make another game. They would make so much money off of that. They would never have to make another game for the next 100 years. And yet they don't. So, like, it does feel like sometimes that Nintendo just hates money and that they're trying everything in their power to fail at making money. I definitely feel that way about Nintendo sometimes.
Dark fuck. Woo! Oh my god.
Nintendo's the only physical innovator since the 90s. I mean, maybe. I definitely agree. The Wii was innovative. You got to give them that. It was a great way. The Wii was a great platform for them to sell you 1,500 accessories. Same with the Game Boy. Like, it felt like the Game Boy was a vehicle for selling you accessories.
Be ready to unload. Always ready for that.
Who's successfully done it better?
You're gonna be incinerated.
No, you're right. You're right. Nintendo is out here making good physical consoles. It's just that they haven't heard of anything but Mario since the 90s.
Yeah, I got a hostile reception here. Canyon boys are back in Klein, all right. I had a feeling you'd say
Also,
that. All right, the HUD's confirmed.
now every big video game box has a handheld, which Nintendo did 10 years ago. Hey, to be fair, people were competing with the Nintendo handheld back in the day. You had the Atari, not Atari, was it Atari? The Atari Lynx and the Sega, like, other people were making handhelds, and like Nintendo wasn't the first to market on, like, the Game Boy existed first maybe in its space, but they weren't the first colored handheld. Like the Atari Lynx, I'm pretty sure, was the first handheld that like played full games and in color. So like they were beat to the market on a few things. They weren't the first 64-bit console. So they definitely got beat to the market on some things, but the thing is, Nintendo just does it well, right? Like, when Nintendo makes it, it just works. Nintendo's like the Apple of the gaming world. Sure, it's overpriced, and sure, their fanboys might be a little annoying, but it does just work. Except for the Nintendo 64. I will stand by, yes, the Nintendo 64 had some innovation, but like 90% of the Nintendo 64 library absolutely sucked. There was like 3 good games on the Nintendo 64, and even then, good is relative to the time, right? Like, the majority of the games were ugly, clunky, played poorly. Even Mario 64, like, I know people love Mario 64, but the camera's awful, the controls feel awful, there's no story. Like, I feel like it's overhyped. Mario 64 just isn't that good of a game.
Oh hell, they got some fancy armed Humvees.
Mario Sunshine is superior to Mario 64 in every way, shape, and form.
That they do, Desert.
How old were you when the N64 came out? When the Nintendo 64 came out, let's see. The N64 came out in 2000? You got a lot of hot takes. I am known, if you click on my channel, you will see the first thing, my tagline for my channel is "Here we do it all, including bad." Oh, I just ran that person up into my blades. That was not good. Bad opinions. I am chock full of bad opinions. I'm pretty sure I was around 10 or 11 when the Nintendo 64 came out. Maybe 9? Ocarina of Time was good? No.
Like I just got a massage.
Ocarina of Time was not good. It's the same thing. It's got really horrible camera controls. It's got pitiful combat. The puzzles are like 3rd grade level at best. It has good music though. I will give Ocarina of Time the fairness of it had good music. But everything about that game was awful. The Nintendo's when did the Nintendo 64 come out? Okay, Google. When did the Nintendo 64 launch in North America? $1996. Okay, if it came out in 1996, I was 5. We all hate it here sometimes.
That sounds handy.
It is true. No one is a fan of waffles, but a lot of people are waffle haters. Maybe you were just too young or had problems playing it. I had no problems playing it. It's just
Oh, that was it.
the games weren't good. People look at it with a lot of nostalgia, but here's the thing about Legend of Zelda games. All right. Hang on. We've got to change into the bad opinion glasses. This is where we're going to the bad opinion. Bad opinion glasses. The Legend of Zelda, everyone says, has like such amazing puzzles and gameplay. Here's what the gameplay boils down to when you're playing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Oh no, a boss with a giant glowing weak point. I'm just going to spam lock on and hit until it goes down. I'm just going to jam the A button until it dies. Oh gee, a puzzle. Let's see. There's a unlit torch and a fire next to it. I wonder what I have to do to solve this puzzle. Oh, there's a giant slot in the ground and a thing that I have to push. I wonder what you could do to solve this puzzle. Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie were not good games either. They were collectathons. You just ran around. They instead of having gameplay, they just said, "Here, go fetch 5,000 items." Like, that's not innovative and fun gameplay. Here's the thing. Why do people think Donkey Kong 64 was a good game, but they will hate on Assassin's Creed 1 for going and collecting 100 feathers and 100 flags? They're the same game. They're the same game.
Reception here. Canyon boys are back in Clyde.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 were good games. I will give you that. Mario Kart is horrible.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
It's a pure luck simulator that punishes you for playing well. I did miss it. I've never played Star Fox, so I can't comment on Star Fox. I always thought Star Fox looked boring, so I never played Star Fox. So I can't really comment on that one. But it looked ugly. Like, the graphics looked awful. I don't think I played those Spider-Man games either, so I don't know on those ones.
Oh, hell, they got some nasty armed Humvees.
Smash Bros.
You have a bad
Okay,
run in or something?
the Smash Brothers game was okay
That they do,
until people ruined it. People ruined Smash Brothers for me because they tried to turn it into this ultra serious fighting game when it's supposed to be this silly little party game that you play like before watching the Super Bowl or something like that, right? Like the community ruined Smash Bros. I saw a video earlier from Tears of the Kingdom where this guy basically built a car, had a huge spinning golf club.
my balls are... Alright.
The Mario Party games weren't great either. Your hands were small, your baby head couldn't handle. I mean, I played Mario when I was like 2 years old, and I beat Mario. Like, it wasn't a problem of not being able to handle the controllers. Like, I have been gaming since a young age. It's not that I couldn't hold the controllers or handle the games. They just weren't good games. Also, maybe this was influencing. Maybe this was the problem. So maybe this is the bias. Is I had a PlayStation 1 and 2, and PlayStation 1 and 2 were superior in every single way to the Nintendo 64. So maybe that's the problem. Is I had better games. It's kind of like when you talk about people's favorite TV shows and like, oh, well, I loved Sesame Street. Well, yeah, that's because you didn't have satellite TV. If you had satellite TV and you could watch actual good TV, you wouldn't have that opinion. So maybe that was the problem. Maybe it's because I had PlayStation. I had access to better games that I thought that the PlayStation or that the N64 wasn't good. Because, like, yeah, GoldenEye was fun, but have you played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2? Legend of Dragoon? Final Fantasy 8? Like, clearly PlayStation had the superior catalog. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2? Pokemon Stadium was not good. It was a fun idea, and I love Pokemon, but Pokemon Stadium by no stretch of the imagination was a good game. I remember playing Pokemon Stadium, and like all the creatures had preset moves, so you couldn't customize your Mons. You couldn't do anything with that, and it was like, okay, we're gonna do a Pokemon battle. All right, go Electabuzz, cast Thunderbolt, and then you'd watch a 7-minute animation while Electabuzz slowly went and charged up his attack. It was so slow and glitchy, and the graphics were ugly. Hideous. N64 graphics are hideous. Mario Tennis, never played it, but I am excited for the new Mario Tennis coming out. Very excited for that. I am excited for the new Mario Tennis. I do like Mario Golf. I do like golfing games. I am the kind of old person at heart who enjoys golfing games. I do like that. But Hot Shots Golf was better than Mario Golf in every way, shape, or form. Especially because you had Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. Did the N64 have Twisted Metal? No, it did not. That's another genre that needs to make a comeback. The vehicular combat genre in general needs to make a comeback. You're such a hater this morning. Am I a hater, or am I saying the truth that no one wants to hear? Everyone looks at the N64 with all this nostalgia goggles. I'm not wearing the nostalgia goggles. I'm out here spitting the cold, hard truth, and people don't want to hear it.
This compound up ahead has a helipad. If you capture it, we can use it as our FOB, and you can repair the helo as needed.
That sounds handy.
Saying Metal Gear Solid 1 better as GoldenEye is saying you had nobody to play with, only child guessing. Nope. I regularly played GoldenEye with my brother and my cousins. We regularly took advantage of 4-man co-op. We all the time played together, not an only child. Here's the thing: if you go back and play the Nintendo 64 online with the not Game Pass or the Nintendo Switch Online, whatever it's called, you'll see the graphics are ugly, the controls are horrible. Like, the only reason why people like GoldenEye was because of the multiplayer. The multiplayer was good,
Land on the helipad and wait a beat to capture it.
but it's not that good, you know. Okay, so I think this is why I'm getting wrecked this mission, is because I'm supposed to conquer the helipads to repair, and I haven't been doing that. How is it glitched? How do I conquer the helipad? I was the youngest of the bunch, but I was by far a better gamer than the rest of them. I wrecked at Smash Brothers. I wrecked them all at Smash Brothers. Alright, so how do I conquer this helipad? That's obviously my problem, is I haven't been conquering the helipad, so I think maybe this is glitched, and that is why I am... Is there something I'm missing? Do I need to blow something else up? That is why this mission has been so hard. Smallest kid is always the best in the bunch. Sure, buddy. Case solved. They had to implement rules for me on Smash Brothers because I could 1v3 them on Smash Brothers left and right. Sub-Zero 64? No way. No way. The Mortal Kombat games were awful on the 64. I think it's glitched. Like, if y'all see something I'm missing here, how else? Like, give me your ideas. How can I capture this helipad? Give me your ideas. I will take them, please. What game is this? This is called Cleared Hot. It is a new game that the game devs sent me a code to do a review of. It is a helicopter-based game like the old Army Men PlayStation 1 games. He probably played Kirby in Smash Bros. No, I did love Kirby, but my main in Smash Bros. 1 was Fox. I loved Fox, followed by Peach. Fox and Peach. Ocarina of Time is the best game today. No, people say Ocarina of Time is one of the best games ever made, and I will fight that every time. Ocarina of Time does not deserve the best game ever made. Factually, best game ever made is Doom 1993. The original OG Doom is the greatest game ever made. Hands down. And I will fight anyone on that. All right, Berserk. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hating out. Hating out. I mean, hating out might be the way you put it. Hating and hanging out. We'll see you next time. You are not alone in not being able to handle my opinions. You are not alone in that. What's wrong with maining Kirby? I'm pretty sure that Kirby mains are very much hated in the original OG community. See, we're hurt. We need to conquer the helipad, but it's not conquering for me. Speaking of Conker's Bad Fur Day is another one that I need to play someday. I've heard that Conker's Bad Fur Day was actually a pretty fun game, and I never played that one, so I don't know. Maybe I need to do I put people on this? Like, imagine him texting you. Maybe if I put people over here, they can, like, get in the car and move it out of the way. Maybe that's what I need to do. If I come over here and, like, land, can you all get in the car and then drive it? Oh, okay. I just had to land on it. It wasn't glitched. I'm just stupid. Bubble called it.
She's all yours. Come back as often as you need for repairs.
The Deku Tree level was next level awesome and in Ocarina of Time. I don't know. I kind of hate that Legend of Zelda stole Deku from My Hero Academia. Like, couldn't they come up with a better name themselves? Like, why did they have to take the Deku from My Hero Academia? I blame Emmy, but I don't say anything. Getting your oil changed. All right. Good morning, Ben. Hopefully the oil change is going well. I have not watched the video you posted yet. I have not gotten to that. I have been busy with Dungeons and Dragons stuff, getting my parents ready to play Dungeons and Dragons for the first time with me, which also, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, I got invited to a Monster Hunter based Dungeons and Dragons character game. So I need to make a dungeon or a Monster Hunter based character. So I made a Swarm Keeper Ranger, and their swarm is a swarm of Palicos. And I absolutely love this character idea. I cannot wait to play them more. Ganondorf was the greatest fight in gaming. No, I'm gonna have to disagree there too. The best boss fights in gaming come from Kojima. Psycho Mantis was an absolutely brilliant fight. Psycho Mantis, amazing. Fighting Metal Gear for the first time, awesome. Fighting the Ninja, awesome. Fighting the End, awesome. Hideo Kojima boss fights are the GOATs. I don't think there's a best game ever made, as people have different opinions, and that's okay. That is true. That is true, Chaotically Fun Guy. But, as we all know, nobody wants to watch a video that's titled, "Everyone's opinions are valid and there's no best game ever made." Everyone wants to watch a rage bait video that says, "Mario Sunshine is the best Mario game ever made, fight me on it," so they can come to the comments and tell me how terrible my opinions are. It's one of those, the unfortunate matter of the fact is sometimes we have to dip into the pools of negativity in order to be seen. What are you playing right now? We are playing, this is called Cleared Hot. It is a old school retro helicopter style shooter. The devs were kind enough to send me a copy of the game to play and review. It's 9:30. I guess it is time to go. I do have to work today, but I have a short shift today because of the holidays. I only have to work a 4-hour shift. But I still have chores to do, you know. I gotta go wash the dishes. I gotta feed the kitties. I've got to make another video that will upset the internet. You know, I still got chores to do. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom suck. Yes. Preach it. The only good Zelda game. The only good Zelda game to exist is Zelda 2, and that's because they ignored the Zelda formula and made a side-scrolling action-adventure RPG that rocked it. And I know that's an unpopular opinion in itself, but Zelda 2 is by far the best Zelda game ever made. I will try and watch the Star Citizen video today. I will try. Let's run away and heal. Let's run away. If they made another Zelda game that was like Zelda 2, where it was like a side-scrolling action adventure with level up and magic, I would play that in a heartbeat. I would play that one in a heartbeat. Love Zelda, but not a Tears of the Kingdom fan. Need more classic items and better temples. I mean, to be fair, the temples have never been good. Like, using the Great Deku Tree as a example, it's 3 stories. The puzzles are light a torch, push a box, jump off a ledge. Like, that's not exactly thrilling gameplay, you know? I am out of ammo. You know, these missions are probably hard also because I have done 0 upgrades, so I'm just playing really badly today, I feel like. It's probably easier if you actually play the game right. Probably. Excuse me. So you play well other days? Hey,
Oh, shit.
I'll have you know,
That scared the living piss out of me.
I hold the world record in World of Warcraft for one of the speed trials. So clearly, I'm an amazing gamer. Dark Souls needs to make a game with hard puzzles and crazy labyrinth-like temples. Or, instead of that, Dark Souls could make a game that's actually good. That's the challenge that I would give to the devs. Because there's not a single good Dark Souls game out there. I am a little bit of a nerd. That is an accurate statement. I don't know which I dislike more, Dark Souls or One Piece. Alright, I think we're actually going to finish this mission. Now that I'm actually playing the mission right, I think we're actually going to beat this one. One Piece. It is true. I'll at least play a Dark Souls game. I will never attempt to watch One Piece ever again. What do you have against my boy Luffy? Oh boy, where do I start? He's got the most annoying voice in the world. He's such a generic, dumb character. And I mean dumb literally, like, oh, I'm really stupid, but I love food. I despise that. He's every trope I hate. I know his voice actor is a woman, but like, watch the first episode again. Watch the first episode of One Piece. You know, your first introduction to the series, and what you get is this really annoying kid screaming the I slept so good. It's so annoying. And then every 10 seconds you have to watch, like, here's a picture of a waterfall, and we're going to zoom in on the waterfall for 30 seconds while we just fill this episode with random pictures of waterfalls and stuff for long periods of time. And like even dedicated One Piece fans will tell me, like, well, yeah, the first 2 seasons of One Piece are a little rough, but I promise it gets good after the first 90 episodes. And I always retort to that, like, it's not good then. If it takes 90 episodes before it even becomes watchable, then it's simply not good. I also hate the whole power systems that they have. Like, the Rubber Boy thing was annoying enough, and then Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now he's like a living cartoon character. Ridiculous. The only anime I will hate on more than One Piece is probably Dragon Ball Z. And while I respect both Dragon Ball Z and One Piece did a lot for anime in the West and getting it popular, they're just impossible to watch. There are so many better animes out there. If you want to watch actual good anime, Blue Eye Samurai, phenomenal. Frieren Journey's End, phenomenal. My Hero Academia, phenomenal. But Dragon Ball Z,
I'm here.
horrible. You gotta let yourself absorb in the world. Luffy's like that because he's made to be. There's tons of other characters in the show that make it worth watching. The story is good. Okay, here I'll fight you on the story. The story can't possibly be good, because any story that requires 2,000 episodes and it's still not even done yet, that's not a story worth telling. The Bible is the greatest story ever told, and it's shorter than One Piece. So how dare One Piece think it's better than the Bible, being 3,000 and a half episodes? Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest trilogies ever made, and that's 3 books. That's like 1 season of One Piece. This guy is rage baiting? No, I do not believe in rage baiting. I stand by my terrible opinions. I mean every word that I say. I will stand by my stupid and terrible opinions. I do not say things for the views. I say it only because I mean it. I do not believe in rage baiting.
Alright, that's the last of them. If there's any more hostages, now's your chance to get them. Then make your way to the extraction point marked on your map.
On my way.
Wish that was true. It would be more digestible if I was just saying this for views, but I'm not. Alright, Ben, take it easy. Dragon Ball Z is great. No. So here's the thing with Dragon Ball Z. You could say that the fights are good, but we have way better anime with way better animation now. So if you just want good fights, you can watch Chainsaw Man or Full Metal Alchemist or My Hero Academia or Dragon Slayer. There's no story. Here's the story of Dragon Ball. Oh no, there's a guy who's stronger than me. We gotta get stronger and beat him. Wow, we got stronger and beat him. Oh no, there's someone even stronger. We've got to get stronger and beat him. Oh no, there's someone even stronger. And they've been doing that for 30 years. There's zero story. The fights are all awful because it's just little lines of people teleporting back and forth. And when they're not teleporting back and forth, they're just screaming at each other. There is nothing redeemable about Dragon Ball Z. Why am I being harsh on Dragon Ball Z? Because it deserves it. Because it's not good. There is one good moment in all of Dragon Ball Z. The only good moment in all of Dragon Ball Z is the first time Goku goes Super Saiyan during the Frieza arc. That is the one and only time that Dragon Ball Z gets good, and that's because we didn't see that coming, right? We didn't know about Super Saiyans. We didn't know that was going to happen. I want to play Sparking Zero. Don't, Dex. Sparking Zero was probably the worst fighting game I've ever played. Horrible. Don't waste your money. And I say that with compassion for you not wasting your money on it, because it is not worth playing. Which means I'd love it. Rent it on GameFly instead. Alright, I do got to get out of my chair. I need to go get some food. I need to go wash some dishes. I need to go do some stuff and start my day. So, one last thing before we go to prayer, though. I will say again that this game is called Cleared Hot. Gambit Studio was kind enough to send me a review copy. So I enjoyed playing this. Again, they did not pay me for a good review. I did enjoy the game. If you enjoyed watching it, you may enjoy playing it. You can check it out on Steam right now. I am not saying this because I was paid to. I genuinely enjoyed playing the game. So I will be making a review video of it saying it has so as well. So thank you again, GameBit Studio, for giving me a review copy to enjoy this on stream. So as always, let's end with our prayer before going into all of our other stuff. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for the victims of war, the victims of violence. Lord, be with those people and their families that are suffering. We pray for all those who don't have enough, especially during this holiday season. They don't have enough food, water, shelter, whatever it may be. Lord, help them. We pray for all the people suffering from illness, whether it be mental illness, physical illness, whatever it is. Lord, help them to recover. We pray for those discerning the vocations, the vocation of the priesthood, the vocation of marriage. Lord, help to guide those people to the path that brings them closer to you. And finally, we pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the souls who've been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, I'll probably be doing a special stream tomorrow since it's Thanksgiving and I have the day off. I'll probably jump on early in the morning. Otherwise, I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you need more terrible opinions in your life, that is when you can catch me, 5 a.m. Pacific time. Everyone have a blessed day and a good holiday, and we will see you again soon.